Hello and welcome back to the next episode of the Aurora for X C# Let's Play series Uncut. In today's episode, we're going to continue where we left off. Before we get into that, I really want to thank you guys for the massive support. It's been really continuing. Hopefully, new series will be coming out somewhat soon. I still need to work on those. And I also want to welcome to new channel members who may be joining us. Please make sure to check out the link in the description to the Discord, sync up your account with Discord so that you can gain access to member channels. Feel free to ask me questions, and if you're of the commander rank of tier, feel free to add me through the instructions when you become a member on Discord, and then you can private message me at any point you want for any questions or anything that you may find interesting or want to know about the channel or whatever. Other than that, let's have a look at our general situation. So we brought back our fleet, or we were going to bring it back. I do remember that. But we had our fleet. Our fleet decided it didn't want to do stuff properly. Now where is our task force? So the first task force is there, but that's not really doing anything. Task group Alpha is still in Struve 2398. Where in Struve 2398 are you? Oh yeah, sure, over here. So we're going to bring the frigates back and then we're going to head home. We managed to score a hit and a kill on one of their vessels, but we still need to deal with the rest of them. Now, we do know that they have, if we have a look at the race information, if we have a look at the ship classes, the Arrow class seems to be their point defense capability, while the Armadale class seems to be where the AMMs/ASMs are coming from. Either way, I want to deal with these as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Now, we wasted quite a few shots with our fighters before, which I'm not going to make the same mistake again. You guys could say in the comments below to think about synchronized fire. You guys are absolutely right. I should have turned synchronized fleet fire on so that they all fire at once. But what can you do? So we're going to bring the frigate squadron back, and then we're going to head straight home to refuel, rearm, and prepare ourselves for the coming battles. In terms of our continuing development of naval ships, that is something that I want to be looking more and more into. Once our 20cm railgun is done, we can start to think about further designs, and also we're continuing to try and get our 70,000-ton shipyard ready for production. But I do want to get some 10,000-ton destroyers ready as soon as I can. Part of that 10,000-ton destroyer stuff is I want it to be basically a missile boat. And to be a missile boat, I'm going to need to get better reload rate and various other technologies, so we'll have to wait a little bit for that. Okay, frigate squadron has completed orders. No, I want to bring the frigate squadron back to waypoints, fleets. Let's go back to task group Alpha. We want to join as a subfleet. Okay, there we go. And then we're just going to go back and join, and then I'm going to bring everyone back home. So how's fuel looking? Fuel's looking okay. We're going to go for fleet, so we're going to move to location, refuel from stationary tankers. Yeah, refuel from stationary tankers. Wait, is the Carling B actually able to refuel? No, it's not. Okay, so we're going to have to wait here for a little bit because distance-wise, we're not going to actually be able to cover that distance appropriately. Yeah, go back to Sol, refuel, and then head straight back to Struve 2398. If we have a look at our task force, how long will it take to get us back to Lambda Reticuli? 35 days. Okay, not that long then. So we're going to head straight back. But that is pretty long considering the distance traveled. Okay, the Frobisher completed and discovered the jump point. Okay. And we complete construction factories at Rice, which is really nice. That means we have 100 construction factories here. Let's build some mines. Yeah, let's produce how many crews? Let's produce 15 mines. Let's produce 100 mines at 25, so that we can just start production of more mines on this planet. We're going to set the stockpile to be higher, so I'm going to put that at 4,000. There we go. Oh yeah, that's a significantly high projected usage. Okay, everything's looking good there though. In terms of our research, we're going to have the 20 centimeters done soon. We're also going to have power mod on the way. And I want to get to 3x power mod, realistically speaking. Okay, so we're going to halt our ships here. Certain ships run out of fuel quicker than other ships, which is interesting. Is the Omicron ever damaged? Yes, you are damaged, aren't you? Damage control, fuel storage large. Oh, you lost one of your fuel storages. Do you have still access to maintenance supplies? Yes, we largely do still have access to maintenance supplies. We'll have you begin automatically repairing up the fuel storage. Okay, there we go. Does that give us back any fuel or not? No, it does not. Okay, hold your position. We're going to wait for the tanker to arrive, and then we're going to head back home. Everything's looking good, I think. Yeah, strike wing. Okay. Now, in terms of our colonization efforts, everything is looking pretty good. We got a lot of fuel on this world. We've refueled that world. Ego's been also going to get some more fuel. Research going good. We're not getting our construction correctly. Oh, also, I forgot to do electrons this episode. That was my bad. Let's bring that up really, really quick. Come on, electrons, load. Okay. Let's select our game. So, any significant warnings? Low efficiency population, self-sustaining destinations, populations without a governor, Akhtar, 7x in space. Okay, nothing too important. Of course, the governor for this world is important, though. Yeah, the gallicite's really the problem here. We did sort out Sirius, didn't we? So let's actually go to Sirius and start making a colony, because as people did say, we're probably going to run into a gallicite shortage at some point. So we're going to make a colony on this world. I'm going to begin to order this task force. Task is around Earth. You guys are okay. So you guys can load, what, 8 automated mines at once? So let's move automated mines. Oh, we've only got 5 of them. Ah. Okay, let's begin the construction of automated mines then. That kills 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm going to build 200 of them. It's going to take quite a bit to build. But once they're done with, I'm going to transport them over to Sirius, and we're going to get as much gallicite as we can out of that world, because that is going to be our main export for gallicite. What is costing us so much gallicite currently? Minus 40. Is it shipyard tasks? It must be shipyard expansion tasks, likely. Yeah, I'm not too sure what I can do about that, to be honest. Okay, the amount of Frobisher needs to be sent out again. Let's have a look at the galaxy map. A lot of systems. Martin Frobisher. We'll send to repair our ships as well once they're ready. Let's head over here and let's have you explore. Okay, the Cardigan B just arrived. I'm going to send you back to fleets. Go to the task group, move to location. Oh, my bad. Okay, yeah, we just exceeded our deployment time. We've been out for more than a year now, so we need to get back home as soon as we can and begin immediate overhaul. Research facilities. Let's add those to this, because I want my 20 centimeter railgun as good as we can, and I also want as much missile technology as we can get our hands on. Okay, task group Alpha, begin refueling from the tanker. Now, these combat situations have clearly showcased the fact that we need an access to a collier, a supply ship, and also a logistics vessel of some kind. So, I'm going to design, while we refuel, a new vessel, and we're going to call it the supply class vessel, and it's going to be a logistics, vessel. So, We're going to call it Logistics Vehicle All-Purpose Logistics Vehicle. A lodge, and then we're going to rename the class design to Supply, because why not? And I'm going to aim for this to be at around 40,000 tons-ish. So, first thing that we're going to need is we need a refueling system. We're also going to need a ordnance transfer system. And we're going to need some cargo shuttle bays, so we'll grab a few of those. We need to add some engines onto it. Now, I want to add some military engines, of course. So, let's add... what kind of engine would be good for a 40 kiloton vessel? We want it to be able to match the speed of our carrier. So I'm going to go into Aurora Flex Java, not Java, but this, and we're going to say we want speed of 3,000 with a top tonnage of 40,000. That means that we'll use 2 engines with a 1.6 boost. This will give us plenty of tonnage, but I want much more fuel efficient engines, so we're going to go with 100 billion kilometers. That will give us 4 engines, which are a lot less tonnage, but our fuel efficiency is going to massively increase with that. So, yeah. We'll go with 4 size 60. I think we already have those, no? For commercial we do. But these are not commercial engines. These will be normal engines, won't they? Yeah. So, let's do size 60s. And I want 0.8. There we go. I'm going to prototype that design, and then we're going to add that to our ship. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then what else do we need? Well, we need maintenance storage, so I'm going to have it carry at least 10,000 maintenance supplies. Then we're going to need fuel storage, so I'm going to carry 1, 2, 3, 4. Then let's do increments of 20. So 6 million liters of fuel, 11, 16, 21 million liters of fuel here. Good. I want to also add armor onto this in case, battle happens. Oh wait, I can't really do that, can I? That's a problem. Well, let's remove some of this fuel. We're going to go with a good 10 million liters of fuel. I think that's plenty right now for our needs. We may need to go more once we get our super carrier built and underway. I'm going to go with a deployment time of 12. We'll do 24 months, actually. And I want an armor rating of 6. So that'll give us a decent armor rating. Now we need to add magazine capacity. This is the most important one. So 600, 1,000. Yeah, that's a lot, doesn't it? A lot. So we'll do 4, in fact. So that means that we now have 5 capacity. So if we look at our carrier needs 1,200 to allow for 5 salvos, right? So a single salvo takes up 288 space. So that means for 4 salvos, we mean 1,200. So this, where is it? Supply. All-purpose logistics. Well, there you go. So the supply class can carry 8 salvos. Yeah, it can carry 12 salvos of. It can carry 10 salvos of missiles with a magazine of 3,000. Now these are pretty expensive, aren't they? Yeah, these cost 200 each. We could definitely look at commercial ones, possibly. Yeah, so that's maintenance supplies. We have maintenance supplies for fuel, and then also missiles. I would like some more missiles, to be honest. 3,000 BP is a lot for a vehicle like this, to be honest. Let's add some engineering spaces, though, because we want to get the IFR down a lot. Because there's no point in having a big vessel like this if the maintenance is all screwy up. Let's also add a main engineering, because I'll definitely help. So we have 10 million liters of fuel. We can carry 10 salvos worth of 2 ships. 10 salvos total. So that means that we basically can resupply both carriers once, effectively. Definitely would like some more magazine space, I'll be real with you, but I think this will work out for us for now. Anyway, just because, yeah, just I think it will work out. I am also going to add a tractor beam. The reason I'm going to add this is in case we just need to pull a damaged ship back, we can. So I'm going to remove some engineering spaces to make room. There we go, 40,000 tons, multi-purpose logistic vessel, same speed as our carriers, so it should be able to keep up. This is such a high failure rate, oh my god. But it should be fine. It's got a 20% chance to fail, or 1,402. It'll use 2,000 MSP in a year, which gives it 8,000 MSP left over for everything else. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. The only thing that we need to design really from this is going to be the ion drive. Oh yes, I'm also going to need to make sure we designate this as a tanker, supply ship, and as a collier. And I'm going to load all of its ordnance up with Striker anti-ship missiles. So it can carry 750 Striker ASMs, which is quite a lot. And I'm going to put an immediate order in for propulsion, and we're going to go for our 600 EP ion drive here. So let's remove some scientists from there, and let's go for our ion drive. That'll be done somewhat shortly. Okay. Frobisher discover system of Piscis. Task group Alpha has now been refueled. Head straight to Sol, please. And refuel. That might be a little too much for you. Go here, refuel what you can, then head to Sol, then refuel the colony. Please tell me that Sol is doing okay in terms of fuel. 19 million liters, we definitely could have a lot more. Okay, producing 40 million liters, so we're trying to do the best we can here, but the fuel requirements are definitely stacking up. In terms of our Saturn fuel harvesters, we're harvesting 23 million liters of fuel a year. But it's just not enough. We're going to have to find better technologies or something. Diego Sills needs to be reassigned to explore another system. We'll send you to... They will send you to FL Virginis. Diego Sills. It's surprising how much we're able to get done with such few actual survey vessels. It's very interesting in that regard. Okay, trying to send me a railgun will be done by the end of the year. That is coming along just fine. We're building automated everything now, and we are producing more and more Striker missiles. And we're going to wait, and then we're going to overhaul the fleet, and then get prepared to move out once again. Okay, Task Group Alpha completed orders, so we're going to now tell Task Group Alpha to refuel, resupply, then begin overhaul. And that should be decent enough. Okay, how is Ego doing fuel-wise now? 5.7 million liters of fuel. We're going to need to get that fuel transported. I did set up a ship to kind of go back and forth. So hopefully that should work now so that we get fuel straight to the outpost, because it's been used a lot in terms of by passing ships. It's mainly the survey ships that come back for the fuel. Slipway has been added to the destroyer yard, and we're about half a year away from our next our next thing. Shore leave for all of our ships just completed, and then we can also get some new research facilities, which I can add to this. And then once we have that ion drive done, I can build the ship, but it does mean we're going to need a lot more missiles to effectively be able to produce the ordnance I want to be able to produce. I guess also, yeah, missiles are taking up fuel as well, so we're going to produce 750 missiles immediately, and that'll be done by the next year. But yeah, there's a lot of missiles we're making. Complete overhaul, good. So it looks like our fleet is now ready. Okay, let's go with the jump point. And Paula Diaz needs to be sent back out. We're going to send you to Van Min's star. Oh, you need to resupply. Let's make sure you get that resupply. Then we're going to send you to Van Mar. Now, the question I have is, do we actually have that fuel coming back to Ego? Yes, we do. Okay, so now we have shipments coming to and from with tankers going to Ego, which is really, really awesome here for us. Ion Drive complete research. So what I am actually going to do now is with the all-purpose supply logistics vehicle, because it is a military vessel, we're going to need a 40,000 ton shipyard for it. I am going to add this to the strike group. So where is strike group? First task force. Oh my god, it's playing Where's Waldo again. Strike group, task group alpha. There we go. We're going to build a single one of these, and I'm also, speaking of that, going to need to get a another shipyard, and I'm going to need to upgrade that one to 40,000. Let's just take this one and let's go to a 40,000 ton shipyard. But yeah, so that means that we have, if we have a look, the A-log supply 001. Let's give that a better name. We're going to name these after, we'll call this the FRSS supply, which is not the most thingy name, but yeah, so now we have a bunch more fuel, and that's also because we instant build it, we got all of the ammo for free, so now we have an absolute crap ton of ammo. And let's load all ordnance from our colony. There we go. So now we have ordnance and fuel and everything that we're going to be needing. Now, I need to tell this guy to refuel own fleet. Yeah, refuel own fleets. And also resupply own fleet and replace fleet ordnance. And I'm also going to need to do a few other things, mainly just repairing some of these vessels that did take some damage. Because they did, and we're going to need to replace that damage, otherwise we'll have some issues. How long will that take for them to be done? September? Okay, good. Once that armor's repaired, we're going to go give those aliens what? Repaired on Earth. We complete research into our 20 centimeter railgun. Okay, now we can start thinking about our destroyer. So, I want a destroyer that's capable of going 5,000 kilometers per second. For now, anyway, and for Ion. 5,000 kilometers per second on the 20 billion kilometer range. And I want a tonnage of 10,000 tons. That gives us a single engine. Yeah, it gives us a single engine, and that leaves us 6,400. So that's about 33% of the ship's going to be taken up by engine. Which is okay. We'll go engine and fuel, of course. And what if we want to do 5 pieces of armor here? That gives us 5,000 tons to play with. Okay. So we're going to make a new class. We're going to make it a destroyer. We're going to rename this to a, we're going to give it actually a new classification. Missile guided missile destroyer. And the point of this is going to be to provide MD, guided missile destroyer. I'm just going to call this DD for now. Okay, the point of the design is going to be to provide significant firepower from both beam and missile weapons from ship to surface using size 6 missiles instead. So, 5,000 tons, let's design that engine. What is that? 52HS is going to be the engine. That means the speed, of course, will be a little bit lopsided, unfortunately. But that's fine. And then we need a 1.55 boost on the engine. So let's bring that 1.55 boost up. There we go, prototype that in. And then let's add that engine straight into our design. So 1001, there we go. And we're going to add in 5 armor plating, give it a 12-month deployment time. And then we're going to need 1 million liters of fuel, so we'll do 4 larges. There we go. And that gives us quite a lot to play with in terms of tonnage. Command and control, I do want an auxiliary control, I want the main engineering. Missile-wise, let's have a look at our missiles. So we can carry, if you have a look at this, if we do a 0.04, I think 0.04 is probably the most efficient here for us. We'll do size 6, okay? So that gives us 120 tons. Let's say we dedicate 2,500 tons to the missiles. That means that, let me bring up a calculator real quick. So let's say we do 2,500, divide that by 120, we get 20 missile launchers, so it can fire 20 missiles. What about 2,000 divided by 120? That gives us 16. So I think a good medium is going to be, these missile launchers I'm not going to use because of the missile reload rate so bad, but I am using them to test out the actual hull tonnage that we can get out of this design. So let's go for our missile launcher. I want to have a look at this. Yeah, so we're going to go for 18 missile launchers. So that means that each destroyer can fire a total of 18 size 6 missiles towards our opponents. But obviously we're going to need to dedicate more tonnage towards that. Let's have a look at railgun capacity here. So we have a 20 centimeter railgun with a 30,000 velocity. That gives us 120,000 kilometer range, 350 tons. That means that we could probably have like, what, 5 20 centimeter railguns on this vessel. What I want to do is I'm basically trying to base this off how the US goes about it. So what I'm going to do is actually phase out some of our railguns. We're going to go for 2 20 centimeter railguns. To provide us just, capabilities to fire back if we need to at decent range. But then I'm going to focus primarily on missiles. So if we have 18 size 6 missile launchers, it's mainly going to be the magazine space that I'm going to be concerned about. So that means 36, 42. I would like at least 4 salvos out of this, which is quite significant when you think about it. Let's bring that calculator up again. So 18 times 6, we're looking at 108 capacity for a single salvo. We get 1 for free. So let's have a look at our magazine capacity here. So we're looking at a pretty sturdy and large magazine. So 108, and then I want to times that by 3. Doing some quick math here. So we need a 324 capacity. Yeah, so we need about 1,100 tons dedicated to just the magazine, which will allow us to fire plenty of missiles. And it looks like we're just able to do that. We are going to need a power plant to actually reach that capability. So I'm going to design a power plant. We're going to do a little bit of a reactor boost. Size 1 works, so that's 50 tons for that. Then we're going to need a beam fire control. I believe our existing beam fire control should be able to do it just fine. Actually, no, it can't. That's the point defense fire control, isn't it? Yeah, we're going to need a new fire control then. Range-wise, I want a 4x range modifier. Speed can just be a 1.5x, which gets 1.2x, 1.7x. That gets us that. That gives us 170 tons for the beam fire control. Okay, beam fire control. Let's add in that. And it gives us a 95% chance to hit. That's pretty good. And then I need to add in the where is it? Power plant. Gas-cooled reactor, pure boost 30. Okay, there we go. And so that's looking pretty good. I need to add in some engineering spaces though, otherwise it'll fall apart since it leaves the dry dock. That gives us a 349. Let's do that. That works for me. Yeah, so that's a little bit of an issue. We can go with 16 missiles. Yeah, well, we can do 16 missiles, which now means we need a smaller magazine. So if and also makes it a little bit easier to do the calculations. So 16 times 6 is 96, and then we need to times that by 3. That gets us 288 missile capacity that we're going to need to be able to actually store enough missiles. And the point of this is mainly going to be to allow us to fire much larger missiles for higher impact and damage. but obviously, and from longer range, right? So they're going to be a complementary flexibility system with these guided missile destroyers compared to previous ones. So we now need a magazine. Let's go for a magazine. We're going to go for a 288. I believe that was what we needed. Yeah, so we need to go for a size 21. So that does save us 100 tons, which is always appreciated. So magazine. Yeah, we need a magazine. 300. There we go. And then we're going to need a missile fire control, which will then add. Basically, what I want for my destroyers to be able to do is to provide long-range missile support, but also be able to shoot back towards enemies in close quarters combat. I plan to then design cruisers, which are going to be primarily sensor boats with access to significant amounts of firepower and also point defense capabilities. They're going to be the main point defense ships for our carrier group. We're going to leave this for now because otherwise we'll get designed, everything would be designed. But I am going to continue doing the designs. So something that we do need to continue our research on is going to be getting our power modification boost up as quick as we can. We're nearly ready, though, to begin sending our fleet across. And now that we have access to our supply vessel, we should be able to head immediately out. So we're going to head straight to Struve 2398. Oh, we're still repairing? Yes, the Hercules and also the Eridani is still repairing. They'll be done in September, so we'll wait for that. They took some significant damage from beam weapons and also the AMMs, unfortunately, which was a real shame. But we're going to pay those dirty Xenos back with the hellfire of our strike fighter capability. The Eridani repaired. Her maintenance clock has been reduced by 0 years. Okay, good. And now we're just waiting for the Hercules to be repaired here. Okay, and we got the Hercules repaired. Now let's move all forces to this world, and then we're going to go to B2. So, our supply ship should be able to keep us all refueled and prepared. I have set this to refuel and own fleet. Yeah, refuel, own fleet. So we should be completely fine, and then we're just going to head straight over to Struve 298 without having to worry about anything at all. At a nice cruising speed of 3,000 kilometers per second. Where is Struve 298? There we go. And we also have a tanker here that's available if we need to. I kind of left it here by mistake, which was a bit of a mistake, but what can you do? Okay, task group is on the way. They're getting all that fuel here from that supply ship, which is really, really helping us out. And it's going to be a necessity when we go up to our massive, 70 kiloton carrier. Okay, and we're going to be closing in. We complete research into improved command and control. That is on Rice, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Let us go for underway replenishment ray, ordnance transfer, refueling system technology upgrades would definitely be important. Okay, we are approaching the target. This will be their last bloody, screwing us over. And we are going to make them pay for it dearly with their lives. Fuel is pretty good. They use the entire supply tanker practically, though, so that is a little bit unfortunate. But we managed to make our way straight here without needing a single refuel, which is extremely impressive. Okay, now we're going to head over to waypoint 21. So move to location. Okay, we are in location and we are in range. Launch the strike wings. Yeah, we're even in range from here, so we can just launch them immediately and then open a fire with all of them. Detach and detach. Now, an order I'm going to set here is I'm going to tell them to synchronize their fire on these fire controls. So sync fire on. Fleet sync on. So synchronize fire. And then I'm also going to go for synchronize fire on these guys. Your target is going to be both of them. Actually, the arrow is probably going to be more important. If we kill the arrow first, then we can get through the other one. So focus fire on the arrow. We're going to go for, yeah, focus fire on the arrow class. We're going to assign system. We're probably not in range though just yet. Let's move up to this waypoint for both of the strike wings. So move to waypoint 22 and then move also to waypoint 22. That should only take them around, you know, a good few minutes. It'll take about 11 minutes to get there. Okay, they're in position and ready to fire. Distant. Oh, they're not in position or ready to fire just yet. We're going to have to actually move them a little bit closer, unfortunately, because our opponent's ECM is causing issues. We're going to have to look into that ourselves, if possible, because we're going to need some of our own ECM. Okay, move towards the waypoints. Move all waypoint 23. Okay, prepare to fire payloads. Okay. All of our fighters are now ready. We're targeting the arrow. Open fire control, assign system. All fighters are now ready and they are synchronizing their fire. And all missiles are now away. So that worked beautifully. And let's hopefully have these missiles do great impact onto our opponents. We launched all the missiles at the same time. 20,000 kilometers. All of them should hit if they are able to get past the point defense system. As soon as the arrow class is down, their point defense should only be the AMMs. Here we go. Missiles are inbound and ready to fire. Looks like some of them didn't fire at the same time. Ah, I see. They synchronized differently. So we had the second and first strike wings. We need to combine them in that case. But maybe this will work better. No, it will not work better. Okay, wow, they really went through those missiles. Jesus Christ. These aliens are not messing around. They also have Sirius on that vessel, which is very interesting. And, of course, sensor capabilities. Fine. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to actually combine both of these once they get out. So let's head back to our fleet. Land on our as assigned subfleet, and then land on task group Alpha as assigned subfleet. And then we're going to rearm and reload. Okay. We are rearmed and reloaded. Let's have a look at our fighters. Are they all ready? Looks to me that they are not ready at all. We're going to have to wait for ammunition there. Okay. We good? Let's have a look at our fleet. Yep, we are good. All missiles are ready to go. Detach both strike wings. I'm going to combine the strike wings, actually. So there we go. We have all of these fighters. And we are going to move straight to waypoint 23. And we're going to synchronize that fire. Well, yeah, let's synchronize the fire, but I'm going to turn this off for now. Please fire all, and then assign that to the entire system. There we go. So they're going to move up to the waypoint here. They're a lot faster than other ships, so they're able to do it pretty quickly. Okay, they are now in range. Begin firing procedures. Fire missiles. Open fire, and then assign system. And they should all now fire as one singular salvo. There we go. Let's watch the fireworks hopefully happen here. That's 144 missiles all in a single salvo. There we go. We got those armor hits on the arrow. A lot of energy weapons are able to do, but as we damage it, we should be able to do okay here. So now I'm gonna have to separate both of these fleets. I'm gonna have to separate the fleets. Land on assigned mothership as fleet, and then we're gonna land on assigned mothership as fleet as well. Let's hightail it back. Hey, what? First strike group, come back. Oh, you did that. That was a mistake. Task group, land on assigned mothership as fleet, please. head straight back. But yeah, we damaged that vessel though, which is always nice to see. Ordered and landed, good, and ordered and landed. Just gotta make sure that both of them are assigned correctly. There we go, the Actar and then also the other one. It's going to take us about a few hours to reload and rearm all of the fighters, all 36 of them. We should have plenty of ammunition now. Yep, we do. Let's detach both of the strike wings, and we'll send another salvo in. And they can't do anything about this, because they can actually see these fighters, I'm pretty sure. Okay, move to location, cease fire. I'll give the order when it is ready to fire. Their AMMs are strong though, they're able to really hurt our missiles. Okay, open fire, fire control, assign to system. And all fired at once, there we go. All towards the arrow. We've already hit the armor quite a few times here. Okay, nuclear detonations, we had 9 penetrating hits on that one. We should just need one more wave to be able to break through, and then once the aardvark is down, we should be able to decimate the last remaining ship, which is the AMM. Overall, very, very good salvo that time. If we have a look at the current aliens, if we have a look at the Arrow class here, we hit it pretty hard. So time to time to head back to our vessels. We're going to split our fleet again, so 19. And I'm going to send them back to their fleet to land on assigned mothership. And then land on the assigned mothership as fleet. Okay, there we go. Take another few hours, and then we're going to send them back again. And this should be the end of the Arrow class here. Strike wings capabilities. Detach. Are we all good? Yes, we are. Detach and detach. Head over to the waypoint and then fire. I'm sorry this is a little bit repetitive, but this is basically a war combat with missiles anyway. Let's make sure that we're ceased fired correctly. And assign that to system. And then head over. You may open fire when ready. Fire. Assign to system. And here we go. They fire their AMMs off again towards the enemy target. Hopefully we can get a good hit on them. Only 4 this time. Was there a mistake during the reloading process? And we only got armor hits. That was extremely disappointing salvo that time. Was there a problem with the ceasefire commands or something? I'm not too sure. Ceasefire all, assign to system. Head straight back to the fleet again. And I believe this is going to be our last one from the carriers, but we also have access to... We have access to the supply ship, so we should be able to go for quite a few, for another 10 times here. The A-log supply vessel. How's ammo doing? Yeah, it's not doing too pretty, is it? We complete orders. There we go. We should now all be armed and ready. So no, we need to wait 20 minutes or so. Okay, it takes a few hours for the full reload to go through. And then we'll just detach and then send them off again. That Arrow class will die, and when that Arrow class dies, there won't be enough firepower from the ships to actually be able to stop us. Okay, open fire on fire control, assigned to system. Everything should be correct, all synchronized up correctly. Okay, fire the missiles. Wave is on the way. Okay, missiles en route. A lot of nuclear detonations. We got 4 more penetrating hits onto that Arrow class. Still, only 16 are managing to make it through here, which is pretty ridiculous considering that half of the bloody things get intercepted by AMMs, and then the rest are just getting absolutely dunked on. Okay, first thing that we need to do is we need to resupply the from the other ship. Resupply, refuel, load ordnance. Launch ready ordnance. No, I want to load ordnance from that ship. Add ordnance to task force. Resupply, refuel from our own tankers. No. I want you to load from this ship. Am I missing something? Detach colonies, divide ship, place, join and remove. Join and add ordnance. Why don't you then join and replace ordnance and fleet? Yeah, okay. Now you should start bringing to replace the ordnance. Okay, first strike wing. Let's head you straight back, and the other one as well. Fleets, land on assigned mothership, a subfleet, and then land on assigned mothership as well. And then we're gonna go for another run as we continue this. Are they gonna fire on us? So far, no. Okay, how long does that take for the task group to rearm? Slowly but surely, we are rearming from the supply ship, so this is going to take quite a little bit of time. Okay, ordnance is ready. Detach both squadrons, and then we should just be able to immediately open fire on our opponents here. Yeah, they're only about 20 million kilometers away. We had some maintenance supply issues, but we were able to repair them. Okay, all missiles are now away. Here we go. Missiles are nearly into ready for impact. Okay, how did that one go? We managed to get 14 penetrating hits in. Now that's what I'm talking about. So that's 14. This thing's a bloody tough one. Hopefully this salvo will do it for us, though, the next one. I mean, we're just trying to go through these. These stations are built tough as nails. We need better missiles. That's really what I'm getting from this. It's just about patience and the amount of missiles. We're firing thousands of missiles to destroy these vessels, by the way. Thousands and thousands. Task Group Alpha, both our carriers now have 100% ammunition. Let's wait 20 minutes or so. And then we're going to detach all of these and then fire again. This is a very strong strategy, as you can tell here. But obviously, it's very costly in terms of our missile usage. But we don't really take any fire in return. Okay, the arrow's down. The arrow is down. We destroyed the arrow. That now means that we should, and also Stephanie Raman got awarded the Wolf Class 4 for destroying 10,000 tons of military vessels. Now we're going to kill that goddamn AMM spam ship. But overall, yeah, this is going very, very well for us. Much better. It just requires quantity of fire at the end of the day. That's really what we needed to be able to properly deal with this. Okay, we are reloaded. Reloaded. And let's fire all of our missiles towards our targets. But this time we're going to fire them straight towards the Armadale. This will probably be a little bit overkill, I'll be real with you. Okay, there we go. Okay, nuclear detonations. Strength 4. We've still got more on the way. Low more nuclear detonations, and then we got penetrating hits there. Okay, that's looking good. We shouldn't need much more to destroy that one. Let's have a look at the actual vessel itself, the Armadale. Yeah, observe the ECM strength of 20, which is actually pretty decent. I want to get some salvage on these. We're gonna bring them back, but I'm only gonna send one strike wing to actually do the finishing blow because I don't think we're gonna need much more. I'll be real. 20 minutes. There we go. Let's. What was it? First strike wing. fleets. Ship combat, yeah. We're just going to have you finish the last one off. And here we go, missiles inbound. Wreck of the Asteroid class, and we destroyed all of their vessels. All their stations anyway, so that is a complete victory for us. Now, they do probably have surface-to-orbit weapons, and in that situation, we're going to need to send in our... frigates, so we're going to detach... Now that they can't actually hit back at our carriers, we can detach all of our frigates and then send them in one big ball. I'll reorganize everything after the battle, and we're going to head straight towards the planet. Everything is ready to fire, and here we go. I'm going to make sure we actually save for this, and we're nearing the end of the episode as well, so hopefully we can prepare ourselves for the invasion next episode, whenever we decide to do that. Okay, here we go. So we're coming in. There's 7,700 tons of ground forces. That's pretty concerning, I'll be real with you. Okay, we're orbiting the planet now. I don't believe there is no STO fire. That means they must not have any surface-to-orbit weapons, which is very, very good for us. We are now over the target. We can begin bombardment of the xeno forces on the surface. Let's move point defense modes. In defense mode none. Why is that not going in? I don't want a point defense mode. Assign potential targets, hostile xeno rays. Oh, I know why, because I'm selecting a ship. My bad. Let's remove this. We're going to go for no point defense mode, and I'm going to assign to fleet, and I'm going to open fire at will. Assign fleet. So we're going to fire. That gives us 48 strength 3 impacts. No ground units hit, no ground units hit. Destroyed an installation, no. There's installations? Shock 16, chance to hit 1.2%. Yeah, screw that. I'm not going to try to shoot with that. We're just going to lay waste to the planet without actually getting any benefit out of it. Cease fire on that. And then we're going to assign to the system. Assign system. Okay, I'm going to declare this a victory in space for the Federalist Republic. Now it's going to be up to our ground forces to invade the world. Right now we only have infantry battalions, but if I do deploy enough infantry, we should be able to take the world. Other than that, I hope you have enjoyed the episode. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Feel free, remember you can become a member over on the join button. If you hit that and do support me through that, that would be massive. Feel free to check out the description for the Discord, and I'll see you guys next time. And special thanks to my members Alter Ego 1101, King Strozer, and Luis Neto. Thanks to you guys, you are able to support the channel and continue to make this great content. I hope you'll continue your support, and thank you very much.